Sometimes we are asked to factor a trinomial. It will look close to the quadratic form, but not quite the same. They can have higher powers or extra terms that make it look just a little bit off. To factor these kinds of trinomials, we want to do factor by substitution. This is where you typically take the middle variable and substitute it for u. Now I use u because that's what's most commonly used, but you can use any placeholder variable that you want to use. It's not a requirement to use u, but again, what is just standard practice for this. So we're going to factor this trinomial to x to the fourth minus x squared minus 15. So this is kind of close to quadratic form, but we have 4, then a 2, and then nothing instead of 2, 1, 0. So it's close, but what we're going to do is we're going to take our middle variable and we're going to let it equal to u. So we're going to say that u equals x squared. And now we're going to go into our expression and we're going to substitute it in. So we have x to the fourth. So we can say this is just 2x squared minus x squared minus 15. And so wherever there's an x squared, we can replace it with u. So we can say that this is just 2u squared minus u minus 15. And now we can factor this because it's in the quadratic form. So 2 times negative 15 is negative 30. And what times what we'll add together to give us negative 1. And this is going to be negative 6 and positive 5. So our factored form, our setup is going to be u minus 6, u plus 5. And since 2 is here, we're going to divide everything, or both of our factors, by 2 and simplify. So we're going to get u minus 3, and 5 over 2 cannot reduce, so we'll just take the 2 and shove it in front. So 2u plus 5. Now it's factored, but remember we started off with x's. That means we need to end with x's. So we're going to take our u and go back and see what u equals, which is x squared. So moving it over here, we're going to get x squared minus 3 and 2x squared plus 5. And then this will be the factored form of our original expression. Next we have z to the 6th plus 9z cubed plus 20. Again, it's 6, 3, and 0 instead of our 2, 1, 0. So we're going to take our middle variable, our z cubed, and we're going to say that u equals z cubed. And so we look at our function and we see, or our expression, we see we have z to the 6th. So there's 2 z to the thirds here. So we can say it's just u squared plus 9u plus 20. Factor it out again. What times what will give us 20? The add to give us 9. In this case, it's 5 and 4, both positive. So u plus 5, u plus 4. No coefficient in front other than a 1, so no need to divide. But again, we started with z's, so we need to end with z's. So we're going to go back and replace what u is with z cubed. So we're going to get z cubed plus 5 and z cubed plus 4. And here we have our factored form. Last, we have a really weird one. 8 times the quantity y plus 1 squared plus 2 times the quantity y plus 1 minus 1. So again, it's close to quadratic, but not quite. So I'm going to take our middle variable. I use that loosely. It's just an expression. And we're going to say that's just u equals y plus 1. So we have 2 here. So we're going to say this is 8u squared plus 2, and there's 1 here, so 1u, and there's none here, so we'll just put a plus 1. Now we're going to factor this. 8 times negative 1, negative 8. What times what would give us negative 8, but add to give us a positive 2. In this case, it's going to be a positive 4 and a negative 2. So parentheses, start our factored form, u's in the front, then it's a plus 4 and a minus 2, so plus 4 minus 2. And since this is an 8, we're going to divide both of our factors by 8. So 4 over 8 is just 1 over 2, so we're just going to say that this is 2u plus 1. And then 2 over 8 is 1 over 4, so we're going to say this is 4u minus 1. And since we don't want u's, we started off with y's, we're going to replace our u's with y plus 1. And this is where it's going to look weird. We're going to have 2y plus 1, and then 4y plus 1 minus 1. Now we can distribute the 2 across and the 4 across and combine like terms. So I'm going to move this right here, and we're going to get 2y plus 2 plus 1. And I'm going to run out of room, so I'm just going to kind of move my work over just a little bit, just in case you still need to see it. So 4 negative 2, and then 4y plus 4 minus 1. And just combine the like terms. So 2y plus 3, and then 4y plus 3. And this will be the factored form of this. You could just expand this all out, combine it and do the factoring that way, but this is a kind of a shorter way. But in any case, just take the middle variable, substitute it, plug it in, and be done.